Hey, how's it going, sexy felines? Before we start the video off, before we start anything with this B.O.T.W, first off, I just want to say a really big thank you to one of my felines and a friend in-game that gave me this, and I just really want to acknowledge this because this is freaking amazing, and it made my day. Okay, so as you guys know, I've told you guys in the past that I usually don't have time to farm prime sets, whether they're new or old. Just regardless, I don't have time to farm prime weapons and stuff in game because I'm so busy with recording and editing and making thumbnails and uploading, and I never have time to do that kind of thing. So this guy, this saint by the name of Ivo Steves 1998, if you're watching this, dude, thank you. He literally gave me a whole Volt Prime set, the full entire set for Volt Prime. I just want to say thank you, dude. That was really awesome. Like, I've wanted Volt Prime. I've really wanted Volt Prime for a long time now. And like I said, I know he's kind of an easier one to farm, but I never had the time to farm him. And I just you giving him to me, dude, that was freaking amazing. And I felt so bad for not getting any platinum to you because that was awesome. But I just want to say thank you, Ivo. Thank you very much, Steves. So anyway, without further ado, we'll continue with the video. So now I have Volt Prime. I might do a B.O.T.W on him. So thank you very much, Steves. Anyway, let's get right into the video. Hey, how's it going, sexy felines? My name is M.C.I.K, or my cat is Kia. Welcome everybody back to another video. Today we are here with B.O.T.W, Builds of the Week, the best show on the internet. Welcome. Before we start anything with this video, I want to take a second to say yes. Your theories, your assumptions were all true, felines. I have been hiding my hair with hats and no face cam. I have been hiding my hair. Yes, you are completely 100% right. I have been hiding it from you guys, and no longer will I hide it from you guys. You know who you are. Stop commenting. No, I'm not hiding my hair for any reason. I don't know what you guys are on about, honestly. You see this? See? No hats involved. Okay, jeez. Now let's move on with this B.O.T.W. Welcome, felines, back to another B.O.T.W. Today we're going to be doing a B.O.T.W on Vauban. Whatever you want to say, Vauban. I don't care, okay? Whatever. I'm going to be going over the build today and the abilities as well. Since he got reworked, I did a video telling you guys about the rework, how it works now. But I'm going to show you guys, just so you guys know everything and how this works with the build that I have today. So I'm going to show you guys the build, everything about it, and yeah, it should be a great time. I'm going to show you guys the abilities with this build and see how it works. So put the recliner up, do whatever you got to do. Let's get into it. This is, I believe, number 30? I've made way too many of these fucking pieces of shit. Alright, let's not waste any time. So, let's get right into it. So, Vauban, B.O.T.W, number something. Let's go. Okay. So, starting off, so the aura slot is going to be an optional slot for whatever you want to use. It's going to be optional for you guys if you want to copy this build, of course. What I use most of the time is Energy Siphon, but if I'm going into, let's say I'm going into a Void mission and we're going to be running let's say everyone's running a CP build, which CP is Corrosive Projection, then I would say throw on that, and yeah. But otherwise, definitely use Energy Siphon because he's a casting frame. He relies on energy, basically, so you want to make sure you have enough energy when you're using this frame. Okay, so we'll start off with duration. So for duration, we have Primed Continuity, Max Rank. We have Constitution, Max Strength. What the hell? All right. And yes, so that's going to be our duration for this build. And we're going to be basically going around all of the elements, duration, efficiency, and range, but we're going to be leaving out strength, seeing how strength isn't really that important, except for the new ability, except for Shred. Shred seems to be the only thing that actually uses power strength now. It does a little bit of damage. Unnecessary. The rest of the abilities don't really use strength, so I see no point in building for strength. So that's my reasoning behind that. Next off for range, all we're using is Stretch and Overextended. We're not going to use Cunning Drift, not for this build at least. Anyway, we're going to be using Fleet and Expertise, 1 rank from the top, so that way you can get the max. Oh yeah, and Streamline as well. So we got Fleeting and Streamline for our max efficiency. You don't need to go all the way up with this to make it max. It's overkill, and you're also draining your duration quite a bit when you go up at the max with fleeting. So make sure you guys go 1 below fleeting, so you get a little bit more duration. So you 133 duration is pretty good, and you definitely want to have as much efficiency as you can with this build, because you want to be able to spam and throw your balls everywhere. Quote me on it, I don't care. Next off, we have flow for more energy. You want to have a big pool of energy, so we have 450 energy. Last but not least, we have vitality. Rank 1 from the top, because I am lazy. Okay, yeah. I don't have time. Okay, I don't have time to farm fusion cores. But yeah, guys, that is the build, and I would show you an optional build. I can actually just show. This is the main build. This is the build that you guys want to run pretty much for everything. He's a great CC frame. He's a great crowd control frame. Definitely use this build for crowd control. It's amazing. I'm gonna show you guys all the abilities in just a second, but just in case somebody wants to use a Secura build, like an Orokin Duralek defense build, this is a good build. Honestly, you could do just fine with this in an Orokin Duralek defense, but if you want the extra range, this one doesn't have max range. This one has Cunning Drift on it. This build has Cunning Drift. The only thing I don't like about this build, it only has 130 efficiency, so make sure you have like a Trinity when you're going with this build, so you always have enough energy. But yeah, other than that, stick with this build. It's a great build. All right, starting with the abilities. The first one, Tesla. Tesla basically is ball of death. The best way to describe it is you throw up these balls down, these Pokeballs, and I'll show you. I put tons of these. I just laid about 60 of these things down. You lay tons of these down, and they basically just deal damage. Not a lot, but just a little bit to enemies. And it does proc electricity, so it's not a terrible ability. I'm gonna use that just to make sure they're staying in place. As you can see, if you have them in bulks, they can start to deal quite a bit of damage over time, but not a lot for late game. Definitely not a lot for late game. But they look pretty cool. For level 20 enemies, it's just not killing them fast enough. But like I said, this is not a strength build, so if you wanted to build a strength build for Teslas, more power to you. But still, it's a good ability for if you're in a pinch or you just want to have some fun and throw this on your Kubro and let him go into the battlefield and zap shit and even have a little bit of crowd control. So it's not a terrible ability, but it's not the best one. Next off, we have Minelayer. Minelayer has 3 different abilities in one. They have really unique, I guess, functionalities to each one of them. So I'm gonna go over all of them right now just to recap. I know I did a rework build video, but I'm just gonna do a little recap. So we're gonna start off with the first one, which is Shred. This one just lay down. You just lay all these down, and they have different effects. Like I said, this one you just lay it down and it deals damage and flings them. It really flings them. So if you want to just cause havoc, then more power to you. Holy crap! Fly on the wings of love. As you can see, they do damage, but it's just nothing to, nothing. Okay, come on. Fly on the wings of oh my god. Yeah, Shred. It's fun. It's a good little ability that can fling some enemies if you're in a pinch. It's not a terrible ability. The next one is Concuss. Concuss basically is sort of like radiation disarm from Loki. It really all it does is just make it basically procs radiation damage or radiation. As you can see, they all have radiation, so they're gonna start whacking each other. The radiation lasts for quite a long time. So it lasts for a whole 12 seconds. So I think it's pretty helpful. Or around that time. 12 seconds is pretty good. You want a longer duration, because the longer duration, it means longer time to, have them staying in the radiation. So it's a really good ability for crowd control or just to cause chaos. Next off, Bounce. Wow. Last but not least, Tripwire. So this is quite a favorite of mine, actually. I like the way this thing works. You just slap it on down and let enemies. It's actually really helpful for infested. It basically makes a tripwire. Simple as that. There's really no better way to describe it. If you put tons of these things down, your enemies are going to have they're going to have a great time. I'm just gonna tell you that. They're just gonna have a great time. Oh, come on. Stop it. I know you're tripping over yourself, but I mean, come on. Next off, we have Bastille. I always feel like I'm mispronouncing that. Bastille, yeah. So, the great thing about this ability and this build is that the range is extremely far. So yeah, you just slap a couple of these things down right here. When I say a couple, I mean quite a few, because there's 20 bombards here. I don't feel like getting raped. Okay, I'm getting raped anyway. That's it. Well, the range is pretty far, but this is quite a bit of a big area. But if you just spam it, once again, it's great to have efficiency because you can spam it. And yeah, everything, nothing's moving. Nope, everything's in the air. And duration is key. So yeah, now you can just pick these off one by one. Goodbye, bombards. Goodbye. Oh god. Oh. But yeah, it's a really great crowd control ability. And like I said, it doesn't take a lot of energy to cast this ability. So spam. Definitely spam with this ability. You need to spam the crap out of this one. But yeah, it's great for late game because no matter the level of enemies, they'll still get levitated in the air and they can't move. So in my opinion, it's a great one of his. In my opinion, it's the best ability of his. But that's just me. Vortex is probably known mainly for Infested because it works the best against Infested. So we're just going to get a couple Infested here, and we're going to drop Vortex right there. Oh, man, I love the way this thing looks. Jeez. Oh, man, it's beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, my God. All right, watch this. All right, come over here. So yeah, range is really good to have in this thing. People could say, you know, oh, come on, Cole, you don't need that much range in this thing. How can you look at that and tell me you don't need a lot of range? It's beautiful. And then, yeah, you just shoot her. 20 enemies. And they gone. Yeah, it's a really good ability, and it's also very helpful for doing camping. If you're camping in a T4 survival and you need to throw that outside of the camping spot, that's a great way to use this ability. Or if you're doing a rogue and derelict defense, another great way to use the ability is that. So yeah, all around Vauban is a 100% great frame. Probably one of my favorite frames, as you guys can clearly see. Yeah, Vauban might be my favorite frame, but you never know. There's really no indications of my favorite frame being Vauban, honestly. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this installment of B.O.T.W's Builds of the Week. Number something. Next episode, I promise. Next episode, I will know for sure what episode we're doing. Anyway, guys, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe today to join the Feline pack. That would be awesome. You would not regret it. That'd be the equivalence of going to college. Something you will not regret. Actually, wait, never mind. Thank you guys for watching the video once again. My name's M.C.I.K. I'll see you guys all for tomorrow's video. Have an awesome day. Stay sexy, and peace out.